Does Obesity Affect Schoolwork? By Jess Tolbert. Everyone loves to eat, whether it's at an upscale steakhouse overlooking the ocean or a 1 a.m. run to Taco Bell and a 2:30 a.m. run to Waffle House, both in the same night. It's natural for our bodies to be hungry and to crave food. We can't help it. It's built into our DNA. Another thing is that not only is eating essential for life, but it has also become a key social experience in our culture. People go out to dinner to celebrate events and accomplishments, get to know each other better, and even to make business transactions. A lifelong relationship can begin with a simple meal. However, American culture has turned eating from something to sustain life into a sort of obsession. The average adult female should only consume around 2,000 to 24 calories daily, whereas the average adult male should consume closer to 2,400 to 3,000, both depending on how sedentary or active they are. According to data provided by the CIA, the United States of America is ranked the world's 18th most obese country, with 33% of our citizens fitting the qualifications of obesity. Children make up little more than 23% of the overall population, and 19% of those children ranging from ages 6 to 17 are considered obese, with every race affected. Many people believe that obesity causes children to perform more poorly in schools than children who are not personally affected by obesity. Research has found that the negative effects of obesity can become detectable as early on as kindergarten. Other studies show that girls in particular are very susceptible into falling into the negative academic effects of being obese. This study claims that obese girls are more likely to be held back a grade and are less likely to go to college. The area in particular that obese children seem to struggle with the most is in mathematics. It's hard to follow and study obese children because all of the external factors that have been found to skew the results. Some of these external factors include family income, race, the mother's education level and job status, and both parents' expectations for the child's performance in school. However, in this test, even after bringing all of these external factors into account, the results still held steady. Senior researcher Rebecca London from Stanford University quotes, "I think it's been established that there is a link between students' obesity or physical fitness and academic achievement. However, some researchers, including London herself, are cautious to claim that it's purely obesity that is causing the poor academic performance of children." As of today, there is no way to know whether or not a side effect of obesity is the main cause of the poor academic performance. Many studies have shown links between obesity and depression. For example, if someone is affected by one of the previous conditions, then the other is much more likely to follow than if one was not affected by either. Everyone has experienced being made fun of, feeling left out, or at least some type of social stress put on them by elementary or middle school peers. However, I'm sure that even merely the people in this room or listening to this podcast have been made fun of for thousands of different things. Overall, students confess that being overweight or merely the subject of weight in general is the main thing that they get teased and harassed about. When children are made fun of, no matter what the reason, they are automatically at a higher risk for many things, such as low self-esteem, depression, social isolation, and poor body image. They are also over 66% more likely to have suicidal thoughts and perform suicidal actions compared to their unbullied peers. When knowing that this would be the fate that awaited you nearly every day of your life, why would you want to get up and go to school? Studies show that bullied children, no matter the reason, on average attend less school than children who are not being bullied. This absence from class and inability to focus when present due to emotional stress is extremely detrimental to the academic success of an individual child. Even though every social class is affected by obesity in one way or another, many people seem to think that there are more causes of obesity in more impoverished areas. According to a national study, there was a steady rise in BMI in the lower income groups from 1986 to 2002. Some of you may be wondering, why is this? Well, think about what kind of foods are the most expensive to buy. Organic, non-processed foods, vegetables, nice meats, and so on. Things that'll keep you healthy. Now think about what are the cheaper options: processed foods such as chips and cookies. Fast food also plays a big part, especially with the concept of the dollar menu. It's very cheap, quick, and convenient. This situation is almost comparable to gaining the freshman 15. You're now out on your own, you need all the time you can to study, and terrible but delicious food is much easier to access than anything of high quality. Therefore, that's just what you eat. Another interesting fact is that in and around lower level income housing, there are less opportunities for exercise. For example, the more wealthy neighborhoods may be able to afford playgrounds, walking and biking paths, and even a pool and weight room, whereas this is not the case for lower income housing areas. As you know, young children require a lot of care. Research has shown that 2 essential requirements to grow up healthy: children need a consistently present caregiver and a stable environment. It has been found that children raised in poverty are much less likely to have these crucial needs met than children raised in the middle class. In another study, it was surfaced that wages were inversely related to BMI and obesity. Poverty is another factor that is often connected with the poor performance in school. A study conducted in Maine's public school system helped reveal that as the poverty level increases in a school, student performance declines. Even though being an obese child must not be easy, it's impossible to directly relate obesity to poor performance in school, because of the fact that there are way too many external factors to consider that may have the same adverse effects on school performance.